Hi, welcome to Blue Flame Tarot. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is a timeless message for all signs, so just take what resonates if it's your message and leave the rest. If you would like to book a personal reading, my information is in the box below. If you like the reading, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to grow things right now, and I am going to go ahead and start laying down the cards. Okay, so the messages from here up are coming from your spiritual team. So it's messages from your guides, any helpers or guardians, anybody watching over you in this incarnation. And they set the themes for the reading and gives a context. So sometimes it's helpful in terms of pulling more meaning from the tarot. And I start with the central cards because they are the most emphasized messages. So in the central energy, we have happiness. Okay, so their focus and attention is on your happiness and wanting you to find your happiness, wanting you to look up and see the help. As you can see that she's kind of looking up to the sky, seeing the help and assistance that's available to you, having this kind of newfound joy, this fresh energy blowing through your life, and where it's coming with the root and throat chakra, okay, kind of combined. So root chakra is, issues of safety and security, or issues of stability, making a living and the daily grind of having to pay for things, things that trigger us and make us anxious, okay? So very common for people to have root chakra issues, and it could be somebody who frightened us even throughout our life. And with the throat chakra, it has to do with our voice being shut down. So whoever probably, or the circumstances, if it was a person or circumstances that was creating that feeling in us, or they could have silenced us. That situation or that person could have silenced us. So we kind of swallow our words, or we use our words inappropriately, where they push our buttons and we blow up and say horrible things. So either one is like this imbalance or blockage. And so you want to remove that blockage. And these are very important, the chakra cards, because it's blocking your manifestation. So they're emphasizing to work on clearing those chakras. I suggest you use sound healing, combination of sound healing and crystals. So crystals aligned with the chakras. And there's a lot of information on the internet about that. And sound healing just from YouTube, look up, chakra sound healing, and you can look for the individual chakra there. You could use both, or you could use one that's for all the chakras at once, and it'll cover the throat and the root. So coming with loss. So whatever this root chakra issue was, there was loss that was attached to it. Okay, there's this person who feels abandoned, and the ship is leaving without them, or somebody is leaving without them. And there was this loss experience that left a lasting mark that created this blockage in the root and throat chakras, which affected your happiness. So they're wanting you to go back, to heal and go back to that place of happiness in your life. It's coming with sacred breath and sound. Okay, life force and communication. Wow. So meditation, breathing, exercises, and sound. So this kind of sound healing, sound healing. So we have life force and communication. So it's like affecting, they're wanting this full use of your life force. These things are robbing you of your life force, okay? The feelings of loss, even the grief, or if that person was toxic and they were kind of pulling that energy from you, they're wanting that life force to be refilled. Okay, they're wanting you to hold on to your life force, and they're wanting your communication to open up. Okay, so it's another thing reaffirming the throat chakra. But I also see this connection to nature, and that, pulling more life force by communing with nature, gaining back what you lost. Okay, we have mentors and role models. So you may need someone, or someone may be divinely guided into your life at this time to assist you through this cycle, to assist you in kind of overcoming the loss by helping you and giving you possibly advice based on their experience, okay, and to guide you through it in this kind of way of mentoring you. And with these crystal cards, we have Larimer, and we have water, ocean, throat chakra again. Okay, so this is a crystal that you would want to use to assist you possibly, but there's other ones you could use like sodalite or angelite or celestite. But it's this association with the water being healing in nature, again, mirroring this dolphin. So the water and nature. So I suggest getting out to the ocean in particular if you have that option. Okay, to open the throat chakra, to liberate your voice. We have tea leaf reading, signs will guide you. So your team is wanting to speak to you through whatever methods that you use. Okay, here they're suggesting divination, but it can be anything. The way that you communicate with spirit. They're wanting to you to be awake and alert to any signs that might reaffirm what you're feeling that you should do in a situation. So it's coming with the Four of Wands. It could have had something to do with a marriage. Okay, could have had something to do with a stable situation that may have taken a turn, or somebody, God forbid, could have experienced a loss in a relationship, and it's like there was all this happiness, and then all of a sudden there was just grief, and they need a little bit of assistance. And if that's one of you, I just send out heartfelt empathy and comfort to you if you're going through that kind of a loss. But they're saying that this could have been a situation either that was stable and then kind of took a turn, wasn't stable any longer. So, for example, it could have been a split or a divorce. And there's this issue of rebuilding a life. There's this issue of rebuilding a life. But there is assistance in the Three of Pentacles, and there's these like-minded people kind of coming together to rebuild. So, yes, it's starting over again, but on very solid, stable foundation. Okay? And then we have passion. So they are wanting you to get back in touch with your passions and what makes you you, why you are here at this time, incarnated at this time, what your soul purpose and potential is, your soul contract. They're wanting you to get reignited. They're wanting you to get lit up again. Now, it's perfectly understandable if you're going through grief, that's not something that's going to happen while you're going through the grieving process rather. But they're wanting you to get to this place of restoration where you can tap back into that life force energy. That's exactly what that is. Okay, it's like fire energy. And we have moderation coming with the root chakra. So a lot of root chakra stuff. So there can be these kind of complex feelings that have to be worked through in terms of issues of safety and security. And it can be that somebody left you with all the financial responsibility, or God forbid if somebody passed away and there's all these bills or this lack of income. So there is this need to clear, heal, balance the root chakra to help you with moderation so that you don't kind of spin out of control, so that you don't form habits that are going to potentially be damaging to you in the future, say overspending or overindulging, say drinking or something like that, to cope with those feelings. It's coming with back and forth. So you might need to make some serious decisions, but you're unable to. Okay? You may be going back and forth with your mind. You may be kind of double-minded in terms of what the next step is, or be confused about what step you need to take next. And it's coming with achievement. And that's effort plus intention. So they're wanting you to refocus your attention is what I'm getting. It's like coming out of maybe a grieving period, and, after a certain amount of time, of course, and focusing on getting back to you and your gifts, talents, and abilities, and know that you can't just wait for something to happen, that there has to be this almost fire energy approach to things where you take action. It's effort plus intention, not just setting intentions and waiting for spirit to kind of make it magically appear. And we have pray. So they're also saying invest. Invest in your spirituality. Invest in spending time with your team and with spirit. Okay? We have fuchsite healing and the heart chakra. That's beautiful. So they're saying, spend time in prayer, spend time focusing on what it is that you're really passionate about in life to kind of get your life back on track. And we have this healing, working with fuchsite or any other crystal that would support it. But these I like to emphasize the particular, chakra that they're wanting you to work on. And we have mermaid going deeper. A lot of water association here is what I'm seeing. A lot of water association. They're wanting you to go deeper in your healing process. They're wanting you to go deeper so you're fully healed and liberated and able to kind of take the next step. Able to finally move on. Able, we have the Eight of Cups, to leave disappointing or painful situations that were not workable anymore, couldn't go any further, were kind of stagnant, okay? And it's like moving towards your wish fulfillment, moving towards your dreams, but being able to walk away from it. And that can even being able to release energies, being able to not get stuck in this kind of phase. Okay, and we have healing. So this is all about finding the methods of healing that are going to be valuable for you. But it's like trying it out on your own, seeing what works for you. Okay, and so she's got all these different things around her and she's giving them a try. And we have, so it's like spiritual development, psychic development as well is what I'm picking up in that healing card. And then we have spiritual career. So they're preparing you for a spiritual career. And it's emphasizing the third eye. So you're going to want to open, do exercises to open the third eye so that you're able to have your sight clear so you can discern what that spiritual career is, because you might be saying, I don't even know what it is that I'm going to be doing. And yet all of your circumstances are preparing you for that. And I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't healing work, because there's a lot of stuff pointing towards healing in this upper messages. And we have the sacred temple. You are the sacred temple. And you hold that sacred energy. And you are an ambassador for the divine. So you bring light into this world, and they want you to know that, especially if you've had a very heavy phase in your life. Okay, we have tenderness, true love, and compassion. So we have this acknowledgement that you have this beautiful, tender energy, compassion. It's like you have the heart of the divine. You have the empathy and heart and compassion of the divine, and a close connection to nature, the natural world, animals. Okay? We have call on your joy guides. So they're wanting you to find, it's like restoring humor and happiness, to your life after going through a rough period, a rough patch. We have pipestone. And this is Catlinite, ancestors, and root chakra. So it's like you're clearing ancestral issues. It's like you're clearing root chakra issues that have even come down through the DNA. It's like your family's suffering, your family's difficulties is kind of coming through. So you may be the one that brings healing to that. That's what they're preparing you for, possibly. But they're also, emphasizing your own root chakra issues very heavily in the top messages. We have the vampire card. So this is just about being hungry, sustaining your aspirations, getting a hunger for life again, getting a hunger for new experiences, getting a hunger again for your passions and your interests. It's coming with, after a time of a lot of suffering, a lot of thought loops, a lot of being up at night, not being able to sleep. So you've gone down to the depths. And so you have this tenderness and compassion, like we saw in this other card, from going through a lot, is what I'm getting. Okay? From having to experience a lot of hardship and a lot of heartbreak. And here we have the Ace of Swords. So there's this divine truth coming in and something being built on truth and fairness and justice. Okay? So if you experience some injustice in relationships or in situations, the divine is kind of stepping in and saying, that cycle's over, but we're going to use everything that you learned from that in this spiritual work. And we're going to kind of just start something new now. It's like something new being birthed in your life that's based on truth and honesty. So interesting, now we have apology. So we have return, forgiveness, and gifts. So somebody could have disappointed you. This actually could have been somebody that you walked away from. Okay, that could have been part of what you walked away from, and they want to return. Now, the grief or the loss that you went through doesn't have to mean that anyone passed away. I just brought that up in case that's somebody's scenario. So it can be this person kind of returns, wants forgiveness, and brings gifts. We have the apology. And we have overworked. Someone is doing way too much. So that could be you or them, like they could have been overworking, and or you could be doing way too much in the relationship, or they could have, whatever. You figure out who fits which scenario in terms of the positions. But, you could have been doing all the work and they're coming back to say, you know what, I didn't invest and I regret it. That could be what it is. And we have always partying. Always partying. So somebody could have just been not focused, not present in the relationship, not showing up for you, okay? And very consumed with kind of fulfilling their own needs and their own need for stimulation and excitement, and not really just coming back to wherever to come together with you, just like as the safe place to land, or something, and not really being present for you. We have spirit of the scales, karma, justice, and balance. Yeah, so says it right there. It's like karma coming through, justice. The relationship was not balanced. You were doing all the giving maybe, and somebody else was like out partying and having a ball and not showing up for you. And there's this divine justice coming in. And interesting that we have this dragon flying in the card, because I always see dragons in the cards as ancestral guardians. So it's like this ancestral guardian reporting back to ancestors, what's going on, and then the ancestors pulling energy to assist you, being very concerned with the details of your life, okay? And we have the Four of Pentacles. So it may have, this experience may have made you pull back and just want to kind of retreat and hold on to what you have and not experience any more loss, okay? And it's coming with the Two of Cups. So this could have been once a very happy, fulfilling relationship. It's a soulmate card. Okay? Or it could be that you have this desire to have a soulmate after going through this experience that doesn't seem to be a soulmate situation. But it's coming with the Five of Wands. So I'm inclined to think it's a soulmate, but they brought in strife, drama, and competition. Somebody was definitely less mature. Okay, the always partying person probably was the one bringing in this, this drama and competition and strife, arguments. Okay, but it's very serene. Like there's this big contrast if you look at these two cards. Okay, so it may have been just a very jarring kind of experience to have it shift like that. And then we have the Sun. So somebody could be hoping kind of for this thing to miraculously shift and turn around and be made better and go back to this Two of Cups energy. But they're coming with kind of a half-ass apology. Excuse me for saying that. But it is this immature apology, childish, I mean it now because of I'm like looking out for myself. I'm not ready to lose you. But it's not this taking accountability or making changes. It's not a mature apology. And so moving over here, we have boundaries. No, drawing the line. I mean, it's all flowing right together. So somebody needed boundaries, and this may be a lesson for you if this is you, okay, that went through this, that, to love yourself and set boundaries for this person and not just accept them back with this apology that's not very, it's not very sound and stable. It's not very sincere, okay? And it's coming with power hungry. So they may just want to win, or this could be another presence. If I say, I'm not saying there was, but if there was a third party. And wow, we have fake news. So there could be this kind of power hungry, dramatic kind of person in the background, or this could be this other person who is partying. And it's like this, it's like lies. Lies being told. So it could be lies in order to put a division between the two of you because somebody was jealous, or it's like somebody was just not telling the truth, okay, about where they were or who they were with. We have somebody with tattoos that may be just to identify, who the party is in the situation, because we have tatted person getting a tattoo, or it can be that they feel kind of, like there's some kind of mark on them, There's some kind of mark. That could be something that has to do with the family lineage, something like a repeating pattern. Say if somebody was a womanizer, say, in a family, and it's like it just gets passed down and each person kind of takes on that same energy and follows in those footsteps. We have girl fight. So I'm picking up this power-hungry person with the crown as this kind of drama queen. And we have a girl fight, arguments, physical fight, at war, competing. So somebody is bringing in this competitive energy, and now we have girl fights. So this can be any or no gender. I mean, it's just anybody. It doesn't have to be the female is a female. Okay, it's just kind of pointing out that's the players. And we have last chances. They lost their chance or you did. So somebody maybe just pushed it too far, caused another third party to go after you and get angry with you and get physical when you had nothing to do with it. Okay, and we have forcer, forces things on you, forces their way in, uses force to get what they want. Okay, so we have this kind of pushy person who is used to running over you, or you them. But it's kind of going with the storyline of somebody not being very mature and forcing their way. And somebody has throat chakra blockages, as we saw up here. And so they're not speaking up. They could remind them or trigger them or traumatize them with these root chakra kind of scenarios. This is screaming root chakra scenarios because it's like drama and fighting and people yelling. And we have into you. Good chemistry, great vibes, positive. So there could be somebody else that's looking to kind of step in, that's really into you, that's very calm. See, it's good chemistry, great vibes, very positive, not this drama, not this childish energy. Yeah, and not leaving you bankrupt. Okay, a fulfilling relationship rather than this kind of relationship that just takes your energy, steals your life force. Okay, we are seeing life force and communication. We have spirit of the wind, activity, movement, and disruption. Yeah, it's like a tower energy, I have to say. It's like this divine shakeup is going to have to come in if need be, okay? If there's no change in the situation. We have some movement, we have a disruption, but it can be for good to bring things to the surface. We have spirit of stone, frozen, delayed, and longing. So it's like somebody waiting for somebody to come back and make things right, but it's like suspended in time and going nowhere, like they just kind of fall asleep and turn to stone. Okay, waiting. And it's like this heartbreak situation. Somebody has kept somebody captive in heartbreak, and that's heartbreak usually from a third party. I mean, that's what the card symbolizes. And so we have this kind of situation where there's just way too much drama, not healthy at all. We have the Three of Pentacles, Okay, so somebody's coming back and saying, I want to rebuild, I want a solid foundation. We see it mirrored here, but then we have the Tower. So are they just trying to avoid a tower? This kind of sudden destruction that hits out of nowhere? Well, we know that it's probably the result of this behavior, is screaming for a tower to come in to kind of clear out this false foundation. And we have an emperor, so somebody of authority stepping in. Could be a father, or it can just be you bossing up, liberating your throat chakra by doing the work that they suggest, your team. And it's like, okay, this is going to stop now. I need to restore balance to my life. Temperance. I don't deal with drama. The emperor has experience and maturity. No drama queen there. Okay? So they're saying, no, I'm not going to have that. All right? And then we have infatuation, adoration, addiction, and compulsion. Well, there can be codependency here. Somebody can be, or that could be the new person that wants to come in that's just really into you, like really into you. We have the X factor. Somebody is still caught up with an X. Need to X people out that are toxic. Okay? So, somebody is playing both sides, saying they want you back for their own reasons, holding on to you, but then still entertaining options. We have insatiable female, never satisfied, always wanting more. So that could be you, or that could be this kind of third party energy. Again, anybody who that can be. We have forgiveness. So yes, you may need to release energies, but this is seeming like quite a toxic situation that's, stealing a lot of energy from you. Something that's not fair to you. Okay? And we have cutting ties. No kidding. We have cutting ties. So you may be either considering that at this point or deciding what needs to be done, but and then we have kissing ass. So we have somebody trying to come back. They see you with scissors in your hand, no kidding, and they start kissing ass and showing up with flowers and start trying to play grown up. Okay? Start trying to act like they're mature, that they're able to handle this. And then we have somebody talking shit. So this can be the third party, like, oh, well, now I'm going to tell your person everything that happened. I'm going to cause drama again. And it's like, just going around and around and around. We have love on the brain. So dreaming, fantasizing, daydreaming, nostalgic. So don't let that nostalgia, pull you back into a scenario that's not working for you. It's like, no, deal more like the king or queen of swords. Deal with the truth, what's really happening, and not allow them to pull you back into that. We have broke ass. So they may be, this is like the ass line. Every card had ass in it. This may be that they're doing it for financial reasons. They're not even really sorry. They just kind of want to take care of their own physical needs, which is a root chakra issue. And we have spirit of the fox. They're sly, cunning. It's a strategy. It says it right there. It's a strategy. And I love foxes. So this is just an archetype, okay? But it's like this person who's still kind of sneaky, they don't plan to change, okay? We have spirit of Hecate. We have the goddess of night, crossroads, and ghosts. And she protects women, I have to say. So if it is a woman who's involved, it's like coming in and saying, I'm here to watch over her, and, you need to get your ass in line, kind of. But there is this kind of going to this crossroads and also this journey maybe to the underground facing shadows, okay? And, there's still somebody a little bit delusional thinking they're going to find happiness in this situation, okay? Or they're convincing you that you could find that happiness again, but I don't see it. And I don't see Hecate showing up in that kind of situation, okay? We have the magician. So with the magician, it can be that you're manifesting, you kind of get control of things and you realize what you need to do to manifest the best life you have for yourself. But it can also be that you realize this person was a master manipulator, okay? The unknown card. This deck has this card, the unknown card. So you may not know what to do. Their manipulation is so good that you can't even really figure out if it's the truth or not, or they have that kind of hold over you. And we have the Emperor again. So this can definitely be about you finally taking control of your life, finally gaining this kind of mastery over the situation where you're picking up those scissors and really cutting ties, because somebody just needs to battle. Somebody has to win at all costs. Survival skills. They're operating out of these kind of shadow survival skills, and I think you're realizing it. And you're realizing that their offer is not good enough. Okay? For what they did, their offer is not good enough. They're distracting you from your purpose. It's like very clear that you needed to go through some things in order to fulfill, in order to train actually for like your life purpose. But it's like that cycle is kind of completing or completed, and it's time to kind of leave this drama in the past is what I am getting. And I believe that there's healing and a new person that they want to bring in, but you've got to kind of clear out this energy and do the healing work that they're suggesting up top. I'm going to stop right there. Thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, I wish you much light, love, and happiness. Thank you.